Cek.
Yang penting itu jangan di belakang speakernya, jangan ngomong ini speaker.
Jadi samping.
Sebelah sebelahnya pokoknya yang penting jangan di belakang mic itu.
Oh ini kemarin sempat patah ya bang?
Ladies and gentlemen, CGV unfurl the flag. Konsul Jenderal akan mengibarkan bendera. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the 74th celebrations of India Independence Day on August 15th, 2020. Bapak dan Ibu yang terhormat, selamat pagi. Selamat datang pada perayaan ke-74 Hari Kemerdekaan India 15 Agustus 2020. After the flag hoisting, the Consul General of India will read the address of Honorable Presidents of India, followed by phone recitation in Hindi by the Indian Expatriates Association Medan. IAM will then conduct the on-the-spot quiz with interesting prizes. Later, the Consul will be presenting awards for winners of essay, drawing, singing contests that have been conducted. Setelah pengibaran bendera, Konsul Jenderal India akan membacakan sambutan dari Yang Terhormat Presiden India, diikuti dengan pembacaan puisi dalam bahasa India oleh Asosiasi Expatriate India Medan. IAM juga akan menyelenggarakan kuis dengan hadiah menarik. Kemudian konsulat akan memberikan penghargaan kepada para pemenang kuis esai, menggambar, menyanyi yang telah diselenggarakan sebelumnya. Now I would like to call Consul General of India in Medan, Mr. Raghu Goraj, to deliver the address of Honorable Presidents of India. Saya undang Bapak Raghu Goraj untuk menyampaikan pesan dari Presiden India.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank everybody for attending today's event. We all understand that a lot of restrictions have been imposed on us due to the pandemic. But then this is an important day for all of us, so we still celebrate it in our own way. So thank you once again. So I'll begin today's proceedings by reading out the speech of the President of India. My dear fellow citizens, Namaskar. It gives me great pleasure to greet all the people of India living in the country and abroad on the eve of the 74th Independence Day. August 15 fills us with the excitement of unfurling the tricolor, taking part in celebrations and listening to patriotic songs. On this day, the youth of India should feel the special pride of being citizens of a free nation. We gratefully remember our freedom fighters and martyrs whose sacrifices have enabled us to live in an independent nation. The ethos of our freedom struggle forms the foundation of modern India. Our visionary leaders brought together a diversity of worldviews to form a common national spirit. They were committed to the cause of liberating Bharat Mata from oppressive foreign rule and securing the future of her children. Their thoughts and actions shaped the identity of India as a modern nation. We are fortunate that Mahatma Gandhi became the guiding light of our freedom movement. As much a saint as a political leader, he was a phenomenon that could have happened only in India. Troubled by social strife, economic problems, and climate change, the world seeks relief in Gandhiji's teachings. His quest for equality and justice is the mantra for our republic. I am glad to see the younger generations rediscover Gandhiji. The celebrations of Independence Day this year will be rather restrained. The reason is obvious. The whole world confronts a deadly virus which has disrupted all activities and taken a huge toll. It has altered the world we lived in before the pandemic. It is very reassuring to note that the central government, while anticipating the tremendous challenge, responded effectively and well in time. For a country so vast and diverse with high population density, meeting this challenge requires superhuman efforts. All state governments took measures in accordance with local circumstances. People also supported wholeheartedly. With our committed efforts, we have succeeded in containing the magnitude of the pandemic and saving a number of lives. This is worth emulating by the wider world. The nation is indebted to doctors, nurses, and other health workers who have been continuously on the forefront of our fight against the virus. Unfortunately, many of them have lost their lives battling the pandemic. They are our national heroes. All corona warriors deserve high praise. They go beyond their call of duty to save lives and ensure essential services. These doctors, health workers, members of disaster management teams, police personnel, sanitation workers, delivery staff, transportation, railway and aviation personnel, providers of various services, government employees, social services, service organizations, and generous citizens have been scripting inspiring stories of courage and selfless service. When cities and towns go quiet and roads are deserted, they work tirelessly to ensure that people are not deprived of health care and relief, water and electricity, transport and communication facilities, milk and vegetables, food and groceries, medicine and other essentials. They risk their own lives to save our life and livelihood. Amid this crisis, Cyclone Amphan hit us in West Bengal and Odisha. Concerted response of disaster management teams, central and state agencies, and alert citizens helped minimize loss of life. Floods have been restoring lives of our people in the northeast and eastern states. Amid such onslaughts of disasters, it is gratifying to see all sections of society coming together to help those in distress. Dear fellow citizens, the poor and daily wage earners are the worst hit by the pandemic. In order to support them through this phase of crisis, virus containment efforts have been supplemented by welfare interventions. By introducing Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, the government has enabled crores of people to earn their livelihood and mitigate the impact of job loss, dislocation, and disruption caused by the pandemic. The government continues to extend its helping hand through a number of initiatives supported wholeheartedly by the corporate sector, civil society, and citizens. The needy are being given free food grains so that no family goes hungry. The largest free food distribution program in the world has been extended till the end of November 2020 to provide succor to about 80 crore people every month. In order to ensure that migratory ration card holders get ration anywhere in the country, all states are being brought under the coverage of One Nation, One Ration Card scheme. Committed to taking care of our people stranded anywhere in the world, the Government of India has brought back more than 10 lakh Indians under the Vande Bharat mission. Indian Railways has been operating train services in these challenging circumstances to facilitate travel and transportation of people and goods. Confident of our strengths, we reached out to help other countries in the fight against COVID-19. In responding to calls from countries for supply of medicines, India has once again shown that it stands by the global community in times of distress. We have been at the forefront in evolving regional and global strategies for an effective response to the pandemic. The overwhelming support India got at the elections for the non-permanent seat of the United Nations Security Council is a testimony to the goodwill we enjoy internationally. It has been the tradition of India that we do not just live for ourselves, but work for the well-being of the entire world. India's self-reliance means being self-sufficient without alienating or creating distance from the world. It implies that India will continue to engage with the world economy while maintaining its identity. Dear fellow citizens, the world now realizes what our sages had said long ago. The global community is but one family. However, even while the world community needs to fight together against the greatest challenge before humanity, some in our neighborhood try to carry out their misadventure of expansion. Our brave soldiers laid down their lives defending our borders. Those worthy sons of Bharat Mata lived and died for national pride. The entire nation salutes the martyrs of Galwan Valley. Every Indian feels grateful to their family members. Their bravery in combat has demonstrated that while we believe in peace, we are also capable of giving a befitting response to any attempt of aggression. We are proud of the members of the armed forces, paramilitary forces, and police personnel who protect the borders and ensure our internal security. I believe that in the fight against COVID-19, life and livelihood both are essential. We have looked at the current crisis as an opportunity to initiate reforms to revitalize the economy for the benefit of all, especially farmers and small entrepreneurs. Landmark reforms have been introduced in agriculture sector. Now farmers can have barrier-free trade and get the best price for their produce anywhere in the country. The Essential Commodities Act has been amended to remove certain regulatory restrictions on farmers. This will help raise farmers' income. Dear fellow citizens, we have learned some tough lessons in 2020. The invisible virus has demolished the illusion that human being is the master of nature. I believe it is still not too late for humanity to correct its course and live in harmony with nature. The pandemic, like climate change, has awakened the global community to our shared destiny. In my view, human-centric collaboration is more important than economy-centric inclusion in the present context. The greater this challenge, the better it will be for humanity. The 21st century should be remembered as the century when humanity put aside differences and collaborated to save the planet. The second lesson is that we are all equal before Mother Nature, and we primarily depend on our fellow citizens, fellow residents for survival and growth. Coronavirus did not recognize any artificial divisions created by human society. This reinforces the belief that we need to rise above all man-made differences, prejudices, and barriers. Compassion and mutual help have been adopted as basic values by the people in India. We need to further strengthen this virtue in our conduct. Only then can we create a better future for all of us. The third lesson is about augmenting health infrastructure. Public hospitals and laboratories have been leading the fight against COVID-19. Public health services have helped the poor cope with the pandemic. In view of this, public health infrastructure needs to be expanded and strengthened. The fourth lesson relates to science and technology. The pandemic has highlighted the need to accelerate developments in science and technology. During the lockdown and subsequent unlocking, information and communication technology has emerged as an effective tool for governance, education, business, office work, and social connect. It has helped meet the twin objectives of saving lives and resumption of activities. Officers of the Government of India and of the state governments have been extensively using virtual interface to discharge their functions. The judiciary has been conducting virtual court proceedings to deliver justice. In Rashtrapati Bhavan also, we have used technology to conduct virtual conferences and carry out many activities. IT and communication tools have promoted e-learning and distance education. Work from home has become the norm in many sectors. Technology has enabled certain establishments in government and private sectors to work overtime to keep the wheels of the economy running. Thus, we have learned the lesson that adoption of science and technology in harmony with nature will help sustain our survival and growth. These lessons will prove useful to humanity. The younger generation has learned the lessons well, and I believe that the future of India is safe in their hands. These are difficult times for all of us, more so for our youth. The closure of our educational institutions would have caused anxiety among our girls and boys, casting a shadow over their dreams and aspirations for the time being. However, I would like them to remember that these difficult times won't last and they should not give up working for their dreams. The past is full of inspiring examples of exciting reconstruction of societies, economies, and countries after such devastations. I am sure our country and youth will have a bright future. With a view to providing futuristic education to our children and youth, the central government has decided to implement the National Education Policy. I am confident that with the implementation of this policy, a new quality education system will be developed, and this will transform the future challenges into opportunities, providing the way for a new India. Our youth will be able to freely choose their subjects according to their interests and talents. They would have an opportunity to realize their potential. Our future generations will not only be able to get employment on the strength of such abilities, but will also create employment opportunities for others. The National Education Policy spells a long-term vision with far-reaching impact. It will strengthen the culture of inclusion, innovation, and institution in the sphere of education. Imparting education in the mother tongue has been given emphasis in order to help young minds grow spontaneously. This will strengthen Indian languages as well as the unity of the country. Youth empowerment is essential for building a strong nation. The National Education Policy is a right step in this direction. My dear fellow citizens, only 10 days ago, construction of the temple at Ram Janmabhoomi began in Ayodhya. It was indeed a moment of pride for all of us. People of the country maintained restraint and patience for a long time and imposed unflinching trust in the judicial system. When India won freedom, many predicted that our experiment with democracy will not last long. They saw our ancient traditions and rich diversity as hurdles in the democratization of our polity. But we have always nurtured them as our strengths that make the largest democracy in the world so vibrant. India has to continue playing its leading role for the betterment of humanity. The patience and wisdom being demonstrated by all of you in coping with the pandemic has been appreciated all over the world. I am confident that you will continue to maintain caution and act responsibly. We have a lot to offer to the global community, especially for intellectual and spiritual enrichment and promotion of world peace. With this spirit, I offer a prayer for the well-being of one and all. It means, may all be happy, may all be free from illness, may all see what is auspicious, may no one come to grief. The message of this prayer for universal well-being is India's unique gift to humanity. I once again congratulate you on the eve of the 74th Independence Day. I wish you all good health and bright future. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mr. Ravi Gururaj. Terima kasih, Bapak Ravi Gururaj. Now may I invite Mr. Ashish Sharma, the President of IAM, for his recital of poem in Hindi. Selanjutnya mari kita saksikan persembahan pembacaan puisi dalam bahasa India oleh Bapak Ashish Sharma.
Yeah. Honorable Consul General of India to Sumatra, Shri Raghu Gururaj, Madam Mrs. Sumathi Gururaj, my brother Julius Raja, Deepak Bang Sahib, Hardeep Ji, Sister Rangini from TVRI, Pa Mukhtar, all our fellow Indians and friends of India, all the staff of Indian Consulate, भारतीय गणराज्य के महापर्व भारत के 74वें स्वतंत्रता दिवस पर आप सभी को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। हैप्पी 74th इंडिपेंडेंस डे ऑफ इंडिया। ये बहुत कठिन समय चल रहा है पूरी दुनिया के लिए, जबकि सारी दुनिया कोविड-19 से संघर्ष कर रही है। तो सबसे पहले कि मैं अपना काव्य पाठ, अपनी कविताएं आपके समक्ष रखूं, let's give a big round of applause for all medical science people, all sanitization people, all police and all the infrastructure across the world जो कि दुनिया को सुरक्षित, हम सबको सुरक्षित करने में तत्पर लगे हुए हैं। आज आजादी का दिवस है, तो आजादी की कविता से ही आरंभ करूंगा। दो कविताएं आपके समक्ष रखूंगा और क्विज शुरू करने से पहले एक कविता क्विज के माध्यम से आपके समक्ष रखूंगा। मेरी तीसरी पुस्तक एमरल्ड्स कार्व्ड विद द थॉट्स, कुछ पन्ने विचारों से तराशे हुए, में एक कविता प्रकाशित हुई जिसका शीर्षक है आजादी और नवचेतना। इसका पहला बंध जो है वो स्वरबद्ध तरीके से बोलूंगा, उसके बाद काव्य पाठ के रूप में करूंगा क्योंकि समय का अभाव है, पूरा स्वरबद्ध नहीं हो पाएगा। आपके समक्ष रख रहा हूं आजादी और नवचेतना। आजादी तेरी आन का सदका, मातृभूमि के मान का सदका, भारत माँ की जय का नारा, शंखनाद से हो जयकारा। जन जन जागे, कण कण जागे, रोम रोम में ज्वाला जागे। बच्चा बच्चा दे हुंकारा, लाओ कहीं से वो चेतना, नव प्रेरणा, नव साधना। आजादी तेरी आन का सदका, मातृभूमि के मान का सदका, भारत मां की जय का नारा, शंखनाद से हो जयकारा। जन जन जागे, कण कण जागे, जन जन जागे, कण कण जागे, रोम रोम में ज्वाला जागे। बच्चा बच्चा दे हुंकारा, लाओ कहीं से वो चेतना, नव साधना, नव प्रेरणा। आजादी की राहों में कोई आंच ना आने देंगे हम। ये आजादी जो हमें शहीदों के सैक्रिफाइस, उनके लहू से मिली है, आजादी की राहों में कोई आंच ना आने देंगे हम। मर जाएंगे मिट जाएंगे, देश न मिटने देंगे हम। मर जाएंगे मिट जाएंगे, राष्ट्र न मिटने देंगे हम। आजादी की खातिर अपने प्राणों की कुर्बानी दें, देश की खातिर जन्मे हैं और देश पे जान लुटा भी दें। लाओ कहीं से वो चेतना, नव साधना, नव प्रेरणा। आज का जो समय है वो समय है कि हम सब एक हो जाएं। आज समय है एक हो जाएं। आज समय है एक हो जाएं, जात भूलकर प्रांत भूलकर। आज समय है एक हो जाएं, जात भूलकर प्रांत भूलकर, एक भारत का विगुल बजाएं। आज समय है कुछ कर जाएं, आज समय है कुछ कर जाएं। वीरों की अमर शहादत का अपने लहू से कर्ज चुकाएं। मिली आजादी बलिदानों से, मिली आजादी बलिदानों से। आओ मिलकर शीश निवाएं, आओ मिलकर शीश निवाएं। लाओ कहीं से वो चेतना, नव साधना, नव प्रेरणा। आजादी तेरी आन का सदका, भारत मां की मान का सदका। बहुत शुक्रिया। ये पहली कविता आपके समक्ष रखी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपकी हौसला अफजाई के लिए। दूसरा टॉपिक रख रहा हूं अग्निपिंड, द बॉल ऑफ फायर। हमारे सभी के जीवन में सूर्य का एक अपना ही महत्व है। सूर्य पूरी सृष्टि को अपनी रोशनी देता है, ऊर्जा देता है, और उसी से सृष्टि पूरी चलती है। तो एक मेरी फर्स्ट पुस्तक में यह कविता आई जिसका शीर्षक है अग्निपिंड, द बॉल ऑफ फायर। एक सकारात्मक सोच रखते हुए कविता आपके समक्ष रख रहा हूं। दूर क्षितिज से अग्निपिंड का उदय हुआ है। क्षितिज होता है हॉरिजॉन्स। दूर क्षितिज से अग्निपिंड का उदय हुआ है, छटते छटते अंधकार का विलय हुआ है। दूर क्षितिज से अग्निपिंड का उदय हुआ है, छटते छटते अंधकार का विलय हुआ है। रात ये काली कटने को है, रात ये काली कटने को है। उजियारे से उजियारा ये विश्व हुआ है। दूर क्षितिज से अग्निपिंड का उदय हुआ है। काली रात की काली स्याही, काली रात की काली स्याही लिख दी जिसने तारीखें काली। काली रात की काली स्याही लिख दी जिसने तारीखें काली। इस कालिक के मिटने का अब समय हुआ है। दूर क्षितिज से अग्निपिंड का उदय हुआ है। जाने कितने सपने बिखरे, जाने कितने सपने बिखरे और कितनी आशाएं टूटी। जाने कितने सपने बिखरे और कितनी आशाएं टूटी। सूरज की उजली किरणों से, सूरज की उजली किरणों से सपनों के फल पकने का अब वक्त हुआ है। दूर क्षितिज से अग्निपिंड का उदय हुआ है। अब मैं बात कर रहा हूं कि हर बच्चा, जो एजुकेशन है वो हर बच्चे का अधिकार है। हर बच्चा अब पढ़े लिखेगा, हर बच्चा अब पढ़े लिखेगा। हर बाला हर बालक को अधिकार मिलेगा। हर बच्चा अब पढ़े लिखेगा, हर बालक हर बाला को अधिकार मिलेगा। 3 वक्त के खाने पर सबका हक होगा। 3 वक्त के खाने पर सबका हक होगा। रंग बिरंगे फूलों से बगिया सजने का समय हुआ है। दूर क्षितिज से अग्निपिंड का उदय हुआ है। अब नारी पर ना कोई अत्याचार करेगा। अब नारी पर ना कोई अत्याचार करेगा। जो सोचेगा उस पर सबला का वार पड़ेगा। जो सोचेगा उस पर सबला का वार पड़ेगा। ये दुर्गा ये काली ये चंडी भी बन जाती है। ये दुर्गा ये काली ये चंडी भी बन जाती है। अबला के सबला बनने का अध्याय प्रारंभ हुआ है। दूर क्षितिज से अग्निपिंड का उदय हुआ है। पुस्तक में सिर्फ यहां तक थी, लेकिन अपने आप को खुद चैलेंज करता रहता हूं। तो उसके बाद एक स्टैंजा, एक बंध लिखा जो आपके समक्ष रख रहा हूं। पर्वत पर सुर्खी छाई है, पर्वत पर सुर्खी छाई है। सुर्खी होती है जब द रेडियंस ऑफ द सन, द लालिमा, जिसको हम अरुणिमा बोलते हैं। पर्वत पर सुर्खी छाई है, बेलों से छन के धूप आई है। पर्वत पर सुर्खी छाई है, बेलों से छन के धूप आई है। अब बात करेंगे नई सुबह की। विल टॉक ऑफ द न्यू सनराइज, विल टॉक ऑफ अ फ्यूचर विच इज ऑलवेज ब्राइट। अब बात करेंगे नई सुबह की, बेलों से छन के धूप आई है। अब बात करेंगे नई सुबह की। नए सफे, सफे होते हैं पेज, पेजेस। नए सफे नई कलम, नए सफे नई कलम, कलम होती है पेन। नए सफे नई कलम, परिवर्तन आरंभ हुआ है। दूर क्षितिज से अग्निपिंड का उदय हुआ है। दूर क्षितिज से अग्निपिंड का उदय हुआ है। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। ये एक सकारात्मक कविता आपके समक्ष रखी। कविता का पाठ मेरे जो काव्य है वो अभी यहीं पे मैं समाप्त कर रहा हूं, लेकिन इससे पहले कि मैं क्विज आरंभ करूं, आप सबके लिए एक बहुत छोटी सी कविता के रूप में एक सवाल पूछ रहा हूं। होप इसका आंसर सब दे पाएंगे। ये क्विज का पार्ट नहीं है, लेकिन क्विज यहां से आरंभ करता हूं। अपनी मिट्टी की खुशबू। ये इस साल ऐसा हुआ है कि कोई अपने घर नहीं जा पाया, तो एंड में एक सवाल आपसे करूंगा और एक आवाज में उसका जवाब चाहूंगा कि अपनी मिट्टी की वो खुशबू, अपनी मिट्टी की जो खुशबू आती है बरसात होने पे, अपनी मिट्टी की वो खुशबू सौंधी सौंधी सी आने लगी। अपनी मिट्टी की वो खुशबू सौंधी सौंधी सी आने लगी। अपनी गलियों की वो रौनक फिर अपनी झलक दिखाने लगी। अपनी गलियों की वो रौनक फिर अपनी झलक दिखाने लगी। अपने बागों की वो चिड़ियां कुछ गीत नए से गाने लगी। अपने लोगों की वो बातें मरहम सा दिल पे लगाने लगी। अपने बचपन की वो यादें, अपने बचपन की वो यादें इन आंखों में लहराने लगी। अपने यारों की वो महफिल फिर इस दिल को धड़काने लगी। अपने घर की भीनी सी महक, हर घर की एक भीनी सी महक होती है। अपने घर की भीनी सी महक फिर तन मन को महकाने लगी। मैं सोच रहा, इस पे थोड़ा ध्यान दीजिएगा, ये क्वेश्चन के साथ एंड होती है पोएम। मैं सोच रहा क्या और कहूं, मैं सोच रहा क्या और कहूं, क्या और अभी मैं बात करूं। मैं सोच रहा क्या और कहूं, क्या और अभी मैं बात कहूं। शायद अब सब हैं बूझ गए। आई थिंक यू नो व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग। शायद अब सब हैं बूझ गए। किस डगर ये मेरी उड़ान चली, किस डगर ये मेरी उड़ान चली। कहां जा रही है उड़ान? इंडिया। यस, थैंक यू कपूर साहब। किस डगर ये मेरी उड़ान चली। इस बार तो जा नहीं पाए हैं, तो ये कोविड का समय चल रहा है। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। जय हिंद। We'll start our quiz. The quiz is, of course, based on questions from India. And every question I will also give a background behind it. I'll try to give, a background about that question and some knowledge sharing also at the end of the question. Every question will have one gift hamper. And I will follow a schedule that I will start from this side, then I'll go to this side, then I'll go to that end and the center and this, so that everybody gets a fair chance. Total 6 questions are there. If anybody has already won, so let's give the chance to others. We will ask 2 or 3 people. If they are not able to give the answer, then of course the persons who have won the prizes, they can also give the answers, okay? So here comes the first question. The first question is, Statue of Unity. Statue of Unity is located on the banks of which river? Hanji? Question goes to this side. But anybody can raise the hands. Statue of Unity किस भारतीय नदी के किनारे पर बना है? वहां से आ रहे हैं विजय जी। यस, आप यहां आ जाइए।
नर्मदा।
जी बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने, प्लीज कम। स्टैच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी इज लोकेटेड एट द बैंक्स ऑफ रिवर नर्मदा। सम नॉलेज शेयरिंग अबाउट it. The Statue of Unity is a statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, our first Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister of Independent India. The statue is located in the state of Gujarat. It's the world's tallest statue of 182 meters of height. It's located on the banks of river Narmada. And the hamper goes to Vijay Agarwal ji. Just a minute. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Here comes the second question. Which Indian monument was built by the fifth ruler of the Qutub Shahi dynasty, Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah, to commemorate the eradication of cholera, a deadly disease which was spread at that time? ऐसा कौन सा भारत का मॉन्यूमेंट है जो कुतुब शाही डायनेस्टी में मोहम्मद कुली कुतुब शाह ने बनवाया? उस जमाने में एक डेडली कॉलेरा की डिजीज हो गई थी, उसको कमेमोरेट करने के लिए, जब उसने इरेडिकेट कर दिया, जब वो डिजीज खत्म हो गई, तो उसको खत्म होने के उस पे उसने कमेमोरेट करने के लिए बनवाया. ऐसा कौन सा, विच मॉन्यूमेंट इज दिस? बांग साहब. नो बांग साहब, इट्स नॉट कुतुब मीनार. कुतुब शाही डायनेस्टी जरूर है, बट इट्स नॉट कुतुब मीनार. Okay, one hint. It's also a minar. Yes, it's Char Minar. It's please. It's a tricky question, yes. Okay. Char Minar in 1591, he built it after shifting his capital from Golconda to the newly formed city of Hyderabad. Char Minar was built in the center of the city to commemorate the eradication of cholera at that time. अभी जो क्वेश्चन आ रहा है, क्योंकि ट्रिकी क्वेश्चंस कुछ डाले हैं, कुछ बड़े सिंपल क्वेश्चंस डाले हैं, और ये क्वेश्चन का जवाब तो सब दे देंगे, आई नो. Yes, yes, sure. I mean, if they know, they can raise their hands, everybody. But I'll try to go to the non-Indians for this question, because this is a very simple question. In which city Golden Temple Shri Harimandir Sahib is located? No. No, please, देखिए, आप बोलिए मत. Please don't speak it out, because I'll have to come and then I will ask. अभी पहले आपने बोला था, okay, the award goes to you, because it's already known to the people now. So there is one. I'll give you later. Please, my humble request is, if you know the question, please don't say it loud so that others listen, then the quiz will have no meaning. Okay, I think this should also be a very simple question. Who was the first education minister of Free India? Who was the first education minister of Free India? स्वतंत्र भारत के पहले एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर कौन थे? Anybody please? Any guesses? No, I thought it's a simple question. Should we pass it? Okay, I changed the question. I changed the question. First of all, let me answer this question because nobody could give the answer. The first education minister of Free India was Abdul Kalam Azad, जिनको हम प्यार से मौलाना आजाद भी बोलते हैं. So he was a great scholar, independence activist, and a senior leader of Indian National Congress during India's movement for freedom. तो उसके बाद उनको जो पहले हमारे एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर थे वो मौलाना आजाद जी थे. Now I move to a question which has just come to my mind now because this question is past, nobody could answer. Who was the first Indian lady to get Nobel Prize? Ji. No. I think, huh? Teresa, Mother Teresa. Yes, this is the right answer, please. Mother Teresa is the right answer. Huh? No, but if you see, yes, so it goes like that because it's yes. India, they write it like this because they say it like that. That's why if even you go to all the internets and all that, they will say it like this. Okay. Because this was a question out of, my preparation, but I just asked because one question was passed. Okay. Who was the first Indian to go to the space? Who was the first Indian to go to the space? I think this should be very simple. Yes. Who was the first Indian to go to the space? Huh? Indian. Neil Armstrong is not Indian. Nobody knows. तो दीपक बंग जी आप बताइए प्लीज.
कल्पना चावला.
No. To the space. या पीछे से या कार्तिक जी बोलिए. हाँ? Rakesh Sharma is the right answer. Please come and have your prize. By the time he is coming, Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma was the first person to go to the space. आपको याद होगा जब इंदिरा गांधी जी ने, जो उस समय पे हमारी प्रधानमंत्री थी, उन्होंने जब यहां से दिल्ली से उनसे सवाल पूछा जब वो स्पेस में थे कि आपको ऊपर से भारत कैसा दिखता है, तो उन्होंने बोला था सारे जहां से अच्छा. And he was born on 13th of January 1949 in Patiala, Punjab, जो मेरा होम टाउन भी है. तो ये विंग कमांडर राकेश शर्मा जी जो हैं, ये पहले इंडियन थे जो स्पेस में गए. थैंक यू. जस्ट अ मिनट. थैंक्स. The last question. This is also a bit tricky question, but I hope people should remember it because it's India is known as the country which plays cricket, और cricket में सब एक हो जाते हैं. Who was the man of the match? Please understand the question very clearly. Who was the man of the match in 1983 World Cup final, which was won by India in a historic win? 1983 के वर्ल्ड कप का जो फाइनल मैच था, उसमें कौन मैन ऑफ द मैच थे? या फारूक साहब? नो, इट्स नॉट कपिल देव. पहले या जस्ट अ मिनट, लेट मी. यस प्लीज.
Mohinder Amarnath.
Yes, Mohinder Amarnath is the right answer. Is Mohinder Amarnath. He scored useful 26 runs, which gave a 50 runs partnership between Mohinder Amarnath and Shrikant. And then Mohinder Amarnath took 3 useful wickets also, giving just 12 runs in 7 overs. ये मैच जो था 25 जून 1983 को लॉर्ड्स में खेला गया. इंडिया ने 183 रन्स बनाए, वेस्ट इंडीज वर 140 ऑल आउट, and India won by 43 runs. So his contribution was immense in this match. Kindly please come to collect your prize. Thank you so much. And here is for you. Thanks a lot. Yes, thanks. जी बहुत शुक्रिया रघु गुरुराज जी का, जिन्हें मेरे को ये मौका दिया, इंडियन एक्सपेक्टेड एसोसिएशन ऑफ मिडान को. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. जय हिंद.
Thank you, Mr. Ashish Sharma. I think we need more gifts now, yeah?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this concert in collaboration with the University of Sari Mutiara, Indonesia, have been conducted a pioneer virtual interaction in connection to India Independence Day. We have organized an essay contest for the students, and we've got top 3 winners. In regard to this, I would like to invite Mr. Ragu Gururaj to present the winners with certificates and gifts. Bapak dan Ibu yang terhormat, Konsul Jenderal India di Medan, bersama dengan Universitas Sari Mutiara Indonesia, telah menyelenggarakan interaksi virtual perdananya dengan tema Hari Kemerdekaan India. Konsulat dan Universitas Sari Mutiara Indonesia juga sebelumnya telah menyelenggarakan perlombaan esai, dan kami telah mendapatkan 3 pemenang. Saya undang Bapak Ragu Gururaj untuk memberikan sertifikat dan souvenir kepada para pemenang. Saya akan panggil juara 3, Dea Agatha Pasaribu. Juara 2 Oktorisma Lawo, dan juara 1 Indra Marta Sandi. Mengingat 2 juara sedang berada di Nias, mungkin akan diwakili oleh Dea Agatha Pasaribu.
Yes, sir.
The other 2 they are in Nias.
Before I hand over the gift, I just want to mention that we have established India Corner in Sari Mutiara Indonesia University. This was about 4 years ago. So we have what in the last few years we have a lot of interactive activities with them. We have the Vice Rector of the university. Please come to the stage. Last year we established we installed the half bust of Mahatma Gandhi on October 2nd. So if you get a chance to visit the university, you can still see it. And through the India Corner, we are organizing several activities amid COVID. And the first event which we held was by our staff was on the Independence Day of India. It was a virtual interactive session with the students. So after that, we conducted an essay competition, and the result is we have picked up the 3 winners of the event. So I just want to give the microphone to the Vice Rector just to say a few words on the occasion.
Terima kasih Pak yang terhormat Pak Konsul Jenderal, Bapak Ibu yang terhormat sekalian. Pertama-tama saya ingin menyampaikan salam dari Ibu Rektor. Seharusnya Ibu Rektor, Ibu Dr. Ivan Elizabeth Purba juga sangat ingin hadir di sini, tetapi beliau sedang ada acara di Jakarta. Jadi kami diminta untuk mewakili kegiatan hari ini. Bapak Ibu, yes.
I would like to convey the message from the Rector of University Sari Mutiara Indonesia. She is now in Jakarta.
Ibu Rektor menyampaikan salam kepada kita semua dan ucapan selamat dan sukses untuk peringatan Hari Kemerdekaan India.
Rector of University Sari Mutiara Indonesia congrats the celebrations of Independence Day of India.
Ya, kami juga sangat-sangat bangga, berterima kasih kepada Bapak Konjen India bahwa Universitas Sari Mutiara Indonesia selama ini telah dijadikan mitra. Jadi kami banyak mendapatkan pengalaman wawasan selama kita bekerja sama dengan Konjen India, dan beberapa waktu yang lalu juga dari Konjen ada mengadakan acara di kampus kita kerjasama antara Konjen dengan Universitas Sari Mutiara Indonesia, dan mahasiswa menyambut dengan baik, dosen-dosen juga semua menyambut dengan baik, dan kami berharap kerjasama kita tetap berlangsung seterusnya ke depan. Terima kasih.
We'd like to thank you, the Consulate General of India in Medan, for the good relation with the university. We also thank you for the last pioneer live interaction with the university. Thank you. Yes. Now it's for the university. Also to Ibu Ari, the head of International Relations of University. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the consulate have also organized essay, drawing, and singing contest for Indian community. From all the enthusiastic entries, we have selected winners for each category. For essay contest, I'd like to call third winner, Asmita KS. Second winner, Abhilaksh Sharma. And first winner, Angel Sarah Matthew. Apparently, okay. Now it's for the third winner, Ashmita KS. Second winner, Abhilaksh Sharma. And the first winner, Angel Sarah Matthew. Apparently, she's still in Batam right now. We'll give the present separately. And also for the drawing contest, Hadiah Buzair. He's also in Batam. We'll give the certificate separately. And for the singing contest,
last month, our embassy in Jakarta and the Indian Cultural Center in Jakarta, they organized a Bollywood singing competition in the whole of Indonesia. It was called Bollywood Sensation, Singing Sensation. So I was told that they received 78 entries from all across Indonesia, and 17 came from Medan. And which is we never knew that there was such talent among the Indonesians. And many of the videos we have seen, and the level of singing talent is very high. And the pronunciation and the interest they have in Bollywood is really exceptional. So this was a kind of eye-opener to all of us, that such interest is there. And we were told the winner of the contest was a security guard in a private company in Jakarta. So that is the level of interest we have. It is a matter of pride that out of 78 entries, the first runner-up has gone to Mr. Laksh Sharma, son of Yogita and Ashish Sharma. So all across Indonesia, he's won the second prize. So it's a matter of honor for all of us that he's won this prize. So congratulations. Yeah. And we have received this trophy from Jakarta by courier. So I'll hand it over to them on behalf of the embassy. So it says first runner-up.
thank you. Now the consulate would like to present souvenir for the presidents of IEM as well. Mr. Ashish Sharma, you may come to the front.
This is for Ashish Sharma, just for his contribution. Continuous support to the consulate and for great efforts. Indian peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ragu Guraj. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the 74th celebrations of India Independence Day. Thank you for joining us today. Keep physical distancing and stay healthy. Bapak dan Ibu yang terhormat, kita sudah tiba di akhir perayaan ke-74 Hari Kemerdekaan India. Terima kasih telah hadir pada perayaan hari ini. Tetap jaga jarak aman dan selalu sehat. At the back of we invite you to have a breakfast that we've packed by the consulate.